Donald Trump and his MAGA faithful are already at each other's throats in this breaking story, to the point that police and arrests were involved. Wait till you see this absolute breaking video we have for you that just happened today. And it just goes to show that when you promote overtly aggressive behavior with your rhetoric and your BS, Donald Trump, then the people who follow you and the sycophants start losing their mind. And they're even losing their mind on their own, on fellow Republicans in the state of Georgia in this breaking story I'm just going to show you in a few seconds. But just so you have a little backstory on Senator Colton and Governor Brian Kemp. Here, take a look at this real quick.
And you can sign on to the official petition there to call for the special session in Georgia. I could certainly use the help. I tell you what, I'm making a lot of GOP establishment folks quite upset. I mean, it took 19 days to certify the elections in the state of Georgia. I mean, any reasonable person, especially those who are running for office, would think, well, maybe I should investigate into this. Maybe I should inquire into the nature of things.
This is where all of this started. And what just happened was Governor Kemp banned Colton from the courtroom. And Colton decided, yeah, I don't care. I'm showing up anyway. And when he showed up, this is part of what the backstory happened. The backstory from the Colton-Kemp argument is far-right Republican state senator said he plans to ignore his banishment from the state house and attend Thursday's State of the State address by Governor Brian Kemp. Atlanta, Georgia, Senator Colton Moore was arrested outside the Gold Dome on Thursday following a brief confrontation with the House doorkeeper, according to 11 Alive crews on the scene. The arrest comes after Governor Brian Kemp addresses the General Assembly as part of his State of the State address. Moore, who has himself been the subject of controversy and scrutiny among his fellow legislators, posted, in quotes, "The people of Georgia haven't seen this type of tyranny since General Oglethorpe," upon the news that he would not be allowed to enter the chamber on Thursday. According to reporting from the Associated Press, Moore was banned from the House floor after launching an attack on House Speaker David Ralston, who died in 2022, on the day he was being honored in the chambers. And then you have the actual Capitol Police taking things into their own hands. When's the last time you have seen this in the hallway of a state or a federal building in this country? And we haven't even started with the Trump administration yet. Take a look at this. The Georgia Speaker at John Burns GA just had pro-Trump State Senator Colton Moore, at Real Colton Moore, arrested for doing his job and showing up to the legislative session to represent Georgia's 53rd District at today's State of the State joint session. The rhinos in Georgia are tyrants, writes Trump supporter Laura Loomer.
You don't have to be in the way. You're breaking the law too. Yes, Bill. Get out here. Not come past the door. Go. All right, stop. That's it. Come on, it's gone too far. It has gone too far. I have an obligation to be in that room. I represent 200,000 people in Northwest Georgia who duly elected me to be here today. And you're hindering that. I'm hindering nothing. Unconstitutional. No, sir. Go ahead. You have no respect for the Constitution. I need you to step away. Complete disrespect to the Constitution.
I need you to step away from the door now.
Okay.
I don't want to go down this road with you, but I need you to step over here. Yes, sir.
I have a constitutional obligation.
I understand what you're saying, sir. I understand what you're saying. This has gone too far, so we need to stop.
So you're preventing me from entering?
The doorkeeper says you're not allowed in, sir.
Sir, the doorkeeper has no authority.
Sir,
as a senator of the joint session, I have more authority than this doorkeeper of the House.
Yes, sir. You're causing disturbance. You're going to
Sir, I have not caused a disturbance. I need to be let in.
You're not going in. You're free to stand out here and hang out. I'm not going to get any issue if you try to push them to the trooper, you're gonna have an issue.
Gentlemen, I'm allowed in. Let me in.
We'll keep them out there. You want to arrest, okay? Back up, please, not stop. Can you back up, please?
Taken on. Go ahead. We have a concerned dog man from Dalton.
Republican State Senator Colt Moore was just arrested by state troopers after he tried to defy a House order that banned him from the chambers. He was knocked to the floor after a scuffle and was led away after telling authorities they were denying his rights. It is hard to say where things go from here, but I would almost be willing to bet this will not be the last time we see something like this occur between actual Republican GOP officials amongst themselves. This is what Donald Trump promotes, this kind of childish tantrum crap amongst elected officials. It's one thing to try and say you're not going to be like everybody else. It's one thing to try and say you're going to drain the swamp of standard politicians. But it is another thing when you show the world how unruly and unraveling we are as a society amongst our elected officials, and that this kind of behavior just goes to show what Donald Trump is as a leader. I don't even feel good about using the word leader when it comes to Trump. So, folks, as I always say, please try to stay calm. Please talk amongst yourselves. Also talk with people that you disagree with. But holy smokes, this won't be the last. So stay frosty.